The alien female general mocked Earth's heroes, until she met one. Her name was General Virella of the Dravath Dominion, and entire galaxies bowed before her. She was carved from conquest, 6 arms plated in silver chitin, eyes like molten emeralds, her voice a thunderous command that made even her kind tremble. For 3 centuries, she had led the Dominion to victory, breaking world after world, bringing order to what she called the primitive chaos of flesh-born species. She despised humanity most of all. A tiny, disease-riddled species that worships its own weakness, she had once told the Dravath High Conclave. They romanticize death and call it courage. They burn their homes for freedom and call it faith. There is no logic in them, only madness. And yet, despite her scorn, the humans had not fallen. For 60 years, the Dominion's war fleets had assaulted their borders, and still Earth refused to surrender. The Conclave ordered Virella to finish it, to end the human question once and for all. The Dravath Armada descended upon Mars like an eclipse, 400 dreadnoughts, each the size of a continent, ringed with plasma moons. They expected resistance, but not what they found. Human fleets were smaller, older, and visibly weaker. And yet, they fought like storms given flesh. Dravath officers reported humans ramming enemy ships while on fire, laughing through comms as their hulls disintegrated. Others kept fighting after losing engines, steering crippled vessels with thruster bursts until collision. The Dominion lost 30 ships in the first hour. Virella watched in disbelief. They throw their lives away for nothing, she hissed. Her second-in-command, a tactician named Rakoth, chittered nervously. They seem to find meaning in it, General. Virella's jaws tightened. Meaning is for poets. Ideal in results. She ordered an orbital strike on the human command post in Mars base Ares. The strike hit. The base was vaporized. And yet, somehow, human transmissions continued. Hours after the strike, a message pierced Dominion channels, scrambled, patched, half-corrupted. A human voice. Calm. Deep. To the Dravath general who believes courage is madness, this is Captain Adrian Holt, Earth Defense Command. You wanted results? Come and see what your logic cannot kill. For the first time in centuries, Virella smiled. He dares address me by name. She leaned back in her throne. Trace him. Bring him to me alive. Holt was captured 2 days later, pulled from the wreck of his carrier, dauntless. When Virella entered the interrogation chamber, she expected fear, begging, maybe pride. Instead, the human stood calmly in his restraints, uniform scorched, blood on his face, eyes bright as wildfire. So you're the conqueror of 1,000 worlds, Holt said. Funny. You don't look like someone who's ever lost one. Virella's mandibles twitched in amusement. And you, Captain Holt, are a relic of a dying race. What drives you to fight a war you cannot win? You wouldn't understand. Try me. Because we remember what it feels like to be free, and we'd rather die screaming than live on our knees. For a long moment, Virella said nothing. Then she laughed, the cold, metallic kind. You glorify death. You think pain is proof of meaning. You are irrational. No, Holt replied softly. We just believe some things are worth pain. Virella leaned forward, her emerald eyes narrowing. I could tear you apart atom by atom. Then do it. But you'll never understand why we smile when you threaten us. Virella ordered Holt placed in a containment cell aboard her flagship, Obsidian Crown, as the fleet prepared to crush Earth's final defense line, the orbital fortress rings near Luna. But as the ships aligned, something strange occurred. Human comms flooded the Dominion network, open frequency, unencrypted. Thousands of voices speaking, singing, shouting, praying. They're jamming us? Rakoth asked. Virella listened. It wasn't interference. It was music. Old Earth war songs, recorded across centuries, now echoing through the stars. The frequencies resonated with the Dominion's own neural channels, creating chaotic feedback that disoriented their pilots. Fleet coordination broke down. Ships collided. And in that chaos, human destroyers charged directly into the formation, burning, bleeding, unstoppable. The obsidian crown took a direct hit to its flank. Virella was thrown to the ground. Emergency lights painted the corridor red. Fires burned in zero gravity, slow and ghost-like. Virella staggered to her feet, furious. She found Holt's cell cracked open by the explosion. The human was free. He stood at the viewport, looking out at the burning battlefield. "Beautiful, isn't it?" he said. "The sound of chaos, your kind calls it defeat. We call it proof we're still here." Virella pointed a weapon at him. "You are insane." "Yeah. It's kind of our thing." He didn't move. "You could kill me. But it won't stop the others. You'll have to burn the whole sky to stop us." For the first time, something flickered in Virella's gaze, not rage, but uncertainty. This creature, broken and bleeding, looked at her as an equal. As if even death couldn't place him beneath her. "You can't win," she said quietly. "We already did," Holt answered. "You're listening." Then the ship convulsed. Hull breach. Emergency klaxons. The viewport shattered. The obsidian crown broke apart in Mars' orbit, its fragments scattering like dying stars. Virella and Holt were thrown into a pen vacuum, caught by the pull of Mars' thin atmosphere. When she regained consciousness, she was lying amid red dust and wreckage. Her body was mangled, one arm gone, armor cracked. And beside her, unbelievably, Holt was alive. Barely. His suit was torn, but still holding pressure. He crawled toward her, dragging a medkit. Why help me?" she rasped. He smiled weakly. "Because that's what we do. Even for our enemies." He sealed her wounds with human nanogel, primitive, yet effective. His hand lingered, trembling with exhaustion. Virella stared at him, truly seeing him for the first time. Not prey. Not an enemy. Just, human. They waited through the long Martian night, neither speaking much. The stars above were quiet now, both sides had retreated, shattered and spent. When the sun rose over the horizon, Holt stirred. "You ever seen a sunrise like that?" Virella watched the light spill across the dust plains, crimson gold, sharp and alive. "No," she said softly. "Your world burns beautifully. Ours always has." He coughed, the sound wet and final. "Guess this is where I clock out." "You refuse to die quietly," she said. "That's what makes us human." He reached for her hand, massive compared to his, and pressed something into her palm, a fragment of his ship's insignia. "You'll tell them," he whispered. "Tell them we weren't crazy. We just believed too much." Then he went still. For a long time, Virella did not move. When she finally did, she found herself weeping, clear liquid tears that hissed in the dust. When rescue finally came, the Dominion expected triumph. Instead, they found their general standing over the body of her enemy, holding his insignia like a relic. "General, shall we incinerate the remains?" "No," she said quietly. "He fought for an idea. That deserves a name." "A name, General." "Earth's heroes," she murmured, repeating the phrase. "I thought it was a mockery. I was wrong." She ordered Holt buried on the red sands with full honors, a Dravath warrior's farewell. Then she deactivated her fleet's weapons and transmitted a single message across all human channels. "We came to conquer you. Instead, you conquered what we believed about ourselves." Decades passed. The war ended. The Dravath Dominion no longer spoke of conquest, but of the Accord, a peace forged in memory of two warriors on Mars. Children in both civilizations learned their story. Some called it love, while others called it respect. Historians called it the moment the galaxy remembered humanity not for their weapons, but for their hearts. In the grand archives of the Dravath, carved above the tomb of General Virella herself, were words written in two tongues. She mocked Earth's heroes, until she met one. And beneath it, a smaller inscription in human English. Some things are worth pain.